guys, Dorota International Nail Artist and Educator here, and with Alison we are gonna do her nails. She's going away on some holiday, so we've got those Easter nail art here going on, and we will turn them into nice holiday nails, not over the top because Alison likes those settle kind of look. So I'm pushing back her cuticles, and she's wearing a fiber and a bottle gel, which is a fantastic solution for those clients who wear the natural nails. Before she used to have a gel polish and we couldn't get this nice long-lasting results, and now her nails last no trouble, like 4 weeks every single time. Sometimes we might get a little lifting, but that's not a big deal. So I'm using a bit to remove the old color, and then we'll be doing the rebalance. I will actually try to do the entire video in a real time, like without of cuts, so you will be able to see me working. Normally we take anything from 45 minutes to an hour, I would say. Today, obviously, with the recording, I always take a couple minutes more, just so I can slow down and show you the things. Okay, so I just keep removing the skull, and you can see I've got always a little bit with Alison nails, like I always get a little bit of those separation of the natural nail from the product. So just keep removing it. And when you're using a bit to remove the product, like make sure you do not press too hard and you do not hold too long in the same place. If it does happen that I have to remove some lifting, and usually with Alison it is the middle finger, the index finger, is this hand usually where I got something, yes, and I can see there are some stains from the makeup because the nail separated a little bit. So if it does happen, I will have to leave this nail alone and file another one and then go back to this nail. I don't want to file anymore, but I have to file away this product. You know, that's when the troubles can start if you leave some products which had some lifting before. So I would go into the thumbnail. And also when I'm removing the product, I'm trying to remove any bulkage which might be at the free edge. My bulkage is like here at the ends, you know, I don't want too much product. It will be just much easier for me to shorten the nails and to reapply the product if I do remove any bulkage which might be there. Okay, get rid of that product, making sure the client doesn't feel hot. I quite often like to check with them as well, or like kind of warn them to say, if you would feel it, the heat fraction, please just let me know. But it usually doesn't happen because, as you can see it, I'm jumping from nail to nail. And again, this is the usual for Alison nails. I wanted to show you that, like, because you know, sometimes we get those perfect clients, and sometimes we've got the clients where we can have some sort of lifting going on. So I'm gently trying to cut out this place. The rest I will have to do it with the hand file as almost loose, okay? But I wanted to show you that. And then do another hand. I might actually give you some tip as well. When you take a bath or shower, what you could do it is, when your cuticles are nice and soft, just push them with the towel. That will kind of unattach them from your nail plate and will make overall pretty nice and big difference, especially on your thumbs. I can see it. And this Alison is right-handed, so usually on the left hand the product is in better condition, and I don't get that much of the separation. And she's an active lady, so she does lots of stuff. All my ladies are active, and I actually find that, guys, this product is so amazing. Like, honestly, I have swapped so many clients from the gel polish into the fiber in a bottle because, like, even if they work on housekeeping, even if they're really heavy-handed, like, this product tends to last really nice on top of the natural nails. And I definitely much prefer it to the gel polish. And I also explain it always to the clients, like, imagine you are getting your hair done and you only want to get your roots done, so you wouldn't apply the bleach on the entire hair, just on your roots. And it's the same case with this product. I'm actually removing the color only and keep the product on the nails, and we are just touching up the roots, so the condition of the natural nail plate is much better because we don't have to remove the entire product all the time. That's why I'm not fan of the gel polish on its own. I think this is a better solution and longer lasting results. Okay, they are ready for a hand filing, so maybe not, I will do cuticles first because there is a bit of work to be done. So I'm just using the cuticle bead and I will be filing one side first. Nice and gentle. Same on, I even didn't change the speed, so I'm just still working on the same speed, which is 25. And then go to the other side. So just switch my e-file to the other side. I keep my e-file in a drawer and I love it because it's always protected from the dust and it's lasts me ages. And Alison got quite delicate skin, like she's also sensitive to many products as well. So in that case, I actually, in most of the cases, I do minimal cuticle work before we do any filing, and then after filing, if it's necessarily, I might do more touch-up. So on this nail, I'm not gonna touch anything. Here, I can just maybe trim that. So just really the biggest excess. And I want to make sure like there is no cuticle like or any kind of tissue on the nail plate. But I'm not too bothered about the nail folds. I'm leaving the nail folds for later stage. You know, when we have done all the prep products, when we have done all the dehydration, filing. So this will be our last step just before the top coat or the design. Perfect, that is enough for this stage. So a file, and I want to shorten them from underneath as well because they've got the tendency, especially on this hand, they've got the tendency to split. So I want to make sure we blend the natural nail and we blend all the product as well. Like everything has to be nicely blended in. Remove the excess of the product from the free edge. Move on into the next one. Protect a client nail folds so we don't hurt them. Clean it, everything. So here I've got some parts to be removed, and you can see it just with gentle file work. Tiny bit more. Here I've got quite a big chunk, which will just follow with one move of the file. There we are, is gone. Like I'm making sure there is no loose particles because that's cuticles the product to lift. And I find it also, here's another tip guys for you, once the nails sometimes reach a certain length, that's where the kind of trouble can start with them. So for each of my clients, this is terrible. When they come in, I am awful because I never even ask them about the length. I just carry on and I do whatever I think is suitable. So sometimes they sit to Olivia and Olivia give them longer nails, isn't it? I was laughing yesterday with another lady as well, like that she, each time I just take them down a little bit more, but I do not want to kind of risk any breakage, or, you know, I kind of know what is a maximum for each client that they can take. And depending on the condition, I will adjust the length. Same, I would sometimes refuse, like if I don't like the design, or I think like, no, that wouldn't look right, I would just refuse and don't do that nails as well. Because kind of at the end of the day, you almost like putting your name on every set you do. Perfect. And finally we got a dry day today. Oh yeah, it has been a nightmare this year. The biggest amount of the rains I think we had. Okay, I'm shortening this one and thinning out the free edge. Rounding off the corners a little bit. And this isn't a final shape. We do the final shape after we apply the product, but I still want to make sure I have not big excess of the product at the free edge. And I try to file every single nail exactly the same way. It's just much easier. You can keep more consistent with the length and with the shape.
I know one movie. Yeah, that's
So shorten this one. I think there might be a little bit of loose product here as well. So I always start filing, checking like as close. No, it's not. And I do recognize the loose product because the places are a little bit lighter. That's how you can find it. This one is absolutely in a perfect condition. Okay, that's us ready for the next step, and the next step is to go back and check yourself. Do not trust yourself, because sometimes when we kind of doing the things, we can miss some places, or during the filing, some places can lift. Okay, so I'm just cleaning off the dust, and I would go with the file and I will inspect. Okay, let's touch up in here. That's one is okay. So I'm searching for any, that's a white spot, so I'm just taking it off, which means there might be a loose product there. Here I've got a tiny bit too much shine and a little bit of old product, which might jump out. Here I've got tiny bit of shine. That's okay. This one is okay. Shine. Remove that shine. And now I'm using the 180 side, so for natural nail like, and you want to use the 180 grit, no, stronger. Remove the dust, blue scrub to dehydrate the nail plate, like make sure the things are really nice and clean. And I am very strict at this stage. Clients are not allowed to touch their phone, poke their nose, scratch their ear. You know, yeah, behave as a kind of like behave stage. And the reason for it is like, I mean, obviously we are preparing the nail plate and we wanted it to be nicely dehydrated and prepared, and we've got oils on our skin, so if the clients would touch their face or something, it would affect the lasting time. Okay, now I can see it, I still got this loose product here. There we are. An extra nail prep, which is another dehydrator. And in Alison's case, I would apply it at the free edge as well, because otherwise I will have those splitting issues, especially on the right hand. As I say, the left hand seems to be always really nice and intact, so it's usually those nails the most working ones. Universal Air Bond, and Universal Air Bond acts as like a base gel double tape adhesive, so it attached to the nail and it attached to the product which we are gonna use. And then fiber in a bottle. We are using a satin pink, and to be honest, this is the most popular color I'm using in a client's, because you can easily do French with it, you can easily do the baby boomer, and Alison loves her baby boomer.
Never disappointed.
Yeah, like sometimes you have been wearing it like few months in a row. Because it looks so classy and elegant. Now I had too much product in this nail, so I'm just removing excess of it, and what I'm doing, I'm everywhere applying a really nice and thin layer. Everywhere. You can see even there are some fibers, and like on the brush sometimes, see, like I actually might show you. Yeah, like the way the product behaves, you can see there are some fibers in there as well.
I did show you them last time, didn't I? The Danger Jones ones.
You did.
Oh my goodness, they look so cool. So I've got all the blues. I think I've got some peaches, some strawberry, like everything.
You've just gone for it.
Yeah.
The first layer, you want to really press it as hard as possible into the nail plate, so it's kind of attached really well. And then once we have done that, I can apply the apex. Okay, so here a minimal amount of the product because lots of it has stayed, and then I press harder at the end. Same in here, minimal product, press harder to kind of smooth it out, so I have got less filing to do it. On this one I need to put a really big amount of the product, so I'm just picking up the scoop, release it from the brush. Are we in the camera? Yes, we are. Release it from the brush, and I'm doing more into the middle part because by the time I do get to the other nails, this product will move a little bit. If it's necessary, I can touch it up. Same here, quite a lot of product going on. I check the temperatures of the product and the temperatures of the client hand, and then I know how many nails I can do it. I wouldn't risk it because they look nice, cook it. And the curing time is 60 seconds for a fiber gel. So what I usually do it, because I want to have one hand ready for filing, I would apply product only on one nail in here. And I don't know why, I always start weird, everyone says, because I like to start with the index finger, go to the thumb change. And then on this hand, I start with pinky and I go to the thumb. So this one is pre-cooked. I can just reapply the second layer.
That's how when you came in, I was like, oh, just hang on, Jackie.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Oh, it's a little bit less exposed here than compared to, I think. I'm like,
Perfect change. And now I've got 60 seconds to apply the product on the other four nails. So nice and thin. For those thin layers, I actually like as little product as possible, so I can really press it hard. And what I'm doing, you can see it, I'm almost shaking my brush, just so it's release more product. I have touched the cuticle in here. Remove it, product from the brush, go nice and close. Here's another tip. When I start doing the nails, I was going so close to the cuticles that then later on it was very hard to file for me, and I wanted this product to be at the cuticle. Now I don't do it. I really don't do it. I want to the cuticle, I want only the top coat. So later on, when you have seen, like when you have seen this old set, it was how old? Was it 4 weeks? Just the usual, 4 weeks. So when we start recording this video, you have seen the set which was on for 4 weeks and the growth was hardly visible. That's because of the technique I'm using when it comes to applying the top coat, the product. So I'm always having only a top coat around the cuticle area. So there is no steps, no jump, things are nice and smooth, and there is nothing to catch. That prevents the lifting, and it looks aesthetic as well. Change. So my right hand is cooked. At the same time, when we done it this hand, I'm able to take a UV cleanser and remove the inhibition layer. We actually didn't do even one cut in this video yet. Now, nice and straight, nice and straight. Shape those free edge, remove any fluffs and things from underneath, blend those natural nail underneath, blend everything around the cuticle area, very slow, gentle movement, like Alison is like really fragile client. So I have to take care of her skin and be very gentle. Okay, that's filing done. Next one. Blend it. See, you can hardly see where the product is starting, and that's what it should be all about. Remove the excess from the free edge. Check how the nails looks, like the entire set. And I like to also lift a client hand and keep checking like how the hairline looks, like the free edge, how smooth it is, because it will show you any bumps which are going on. And then I'm starting filing like this direction, so nice and straight. Then I can straighten this like straight file. Don't press it too hard. Let the file do the job and kind of direct your shaping. Round off the corners, remove anything which might be underneath, blend it around the cuticle area. By cuticle area, I mean here as well. Everything has to be nicely blended in. And this one turned it out so nice and smooth that I don't have to do any more filing. Nice and straight, nice and straight. Blend. Never start with the middle part. Middle part is always perfect. You want to perfect all your edges. Check it. Now I can see it because this nail bed is shorter. I can shorten the other nails a little bit as well. Okay, that's us back. So I'm just touching it up. And then move on into the thumbnail. So again, straight, straight, straight. And because my clients don't like those sharp corners, I tend to run them off. What you have seen a second ago is like I never fight my clients, so by doing something like this, Alison already changed the direction of her thumb, and you know, it's so nice and easy. I don't have to shout, relax, relax. Like the clients kind of always help me and take care of my hands, which is awesome. they sit nice and properly and straight at the right height, and they really behave, making my life easy. Another tip when it comes to sitting, if you or your client doesn't sit like straight, you wouldn't get a nice and straight nail shape. So like try to don't cross the legs over or the things like that, especially when it comes to painting a French manicure. There is no way you could get a really nice one. Okay, I'm gonna just speed up a little bit more because I'm doing just the same thing which you have seen me doing. Longer motion, remove more product. So if you file, here's another tip. If you file like this, you are just gonna produce the heat. You want to go like this. Like the longer motions you do, the more product you will remove. Of course, you have to protect the client nail folds, and you can do that more into the middle part. Once I'm working in the danger zone, I'm slowing down and I'm using these parts of the file. Like I always make sure they are removed, like there is no sharp corners or anything like that, and then I just slow down. But the middle part, I do like just file like as fast as I want, like what my hands allows me and how I feel. This speeds up the work so much. Here I always slow down, so here I have to slow down because this is a danger zone as well. Like, you know, if you do file too strong, you could cut there, so you don't want that. And then I can file nice and fast in here. But of course also not overly too fast, because you don't want to cause any trauma to the client. Okay, nice and slow. Okay, so the biggest filing is done, time for inspection. Again, same like we did it before, and I can see what I can see. They are not bad. Maybe this one is a little bit too long. Each time when you shorten, you have to thin it out. Okay, next step. So I can take a cuticle bead and I can start working on the cuticle. Next part, next round. And this time I'm going for a bowl and doing a nail folds. Again, nice and gentle. That's clients which can't take overly too much. You know, I've got some clients where I can do quite excessive work, and I've got some clients where I have to be very gentle with.
I like this part.
You like this part? So satisfying, isn't it? But you need to help me with this part. So like a bit more, either a cuticle oil or those towel. It does work the magic actually. When you kind of start doing those e-file manicures, I would suggest you also cooperate with the client. That's how you say it? Cooperate? Yeah. So ask your client what they feel like. I mean, obviously this is pretty gentle work I'm doing, but you can still produce a heat fraction. So I would always advise my clients, please let me know if you would start feeling it a bit hot. And they will just kind of always warn me. Usually doesn't happen, but it's kind of give you a peace of mind. And now things looks quite messy as well because the nail plate, the skin around it is quite dehydrated. You can even see it like on the fingers. But once we finish, once we moisturize the skin and like clean the things, things always looks much prettier. So on the thumbnail picture, you will see the final results. Because even the cleaning and taking the pictures, oh, I'm terrible at taking the pictures. I take so long time. And you can see also how the nail fold shapes changes as well with the work we have done, especially on the thumbs, like they have been quite wavy. Perfect. Next step. So and I do it all the time exactly the same. Next step, the gray buffer, and we are going same, nice and fast in the middle part. So this way I can work quite fast without of risking. Okay, and then we slow down and we work on the edges, brushing things away, touching up and making sure like the free edge is nice and smooth. The smoother it is, the less catchy it is gonna be and the better the nails are gonna last. Blend everything on the top, and at the same time I'm again kind of almost touching the nail folds and cleaning them further. Nice and gentle, very slow. I think the angle I'm doing so is quite important as well. Look at them, like they're quite nice and smooth. So I wouldn't go that way because I could do something to the client. I'm kind of following the shape of the nail fold, and it's better for me to file it even on the skin like this because I'm not gonna do anything than going like that, because the edges are the sharpest part, so never go like this. You want to do it the entire part of the file. Even if you touch the skin, this is, you don't do anything. Look how many times I have go on the skin. This is absolutely fine, but you cannot go at the angle because it's just a one move and that's it.
Just feels a bit spongy.
Yes, yes, just go with the soft parts and here it will take me too long to buff it. I'm going back to the file. I'm just touching up with the file and then buff it. Hiya. Good, good. Okay, do the same on the other hand. And I always do the free edge with it as well. Like, I think it just makes the big difference on the smoothness of those nails and the lasting time. Touch up with the file, make sure it's nice and smooth. Okay, inspection time again. So I always check what I have done, and first of all, because we have with the buffing motion, we have kind of moved and exposed some stuff to be trimmed, and this is my final time when I'm doing the cuticles. So look how many times, and you know, this way, like, I'm not gonna do any more filing, so I'm not scared, like, and the things can look nice and prettier. Nice and pretty. Okay, and this hand is ready. You can see her nail folds aren't even red, like, and I don't want them to be red. I do always just a minimal work, which is staged. Perfect. Blue scrap, and we are just gonna clean them. Things can look worse in a second because we are kind of dehydrating the skin around it, so I make sure I remove any dust particles and everything, and then we'll be able to move on into the nail art part. So yeah, fun time. I'm always cleaning the biggest mess, like, so I don't have that much of the dust when we're doing the nail art. And then this is a paper from the foil, and the colors which we are gonna use are blue, so touch of blue, then a purple, because purple goes with blue, and Alison wants pastel colors. Then the pink, because pink goes with purple. Then the orange, because orange goes with pink. And then the yellow, because yellow goes with orange. Okay, and of course we also need to use, guys, our magic French gel. So I'm just grabbing the French gel, and I'm gonna mix those colors. Okay, so I've got some pastel blue and medium blue, then purple, and a lighter purple. Same with pink. Oh, I love all this color mixing. Orange. And the yellow. I love how this yellow is turning, like it's absolutely amazing color. There we are. Magic happening here. Okay, we can move on into painting. Now I use this brush in acrylic paint and you can see it is really stiff. I need to clean it off. I'm terrible. I need to actually get myself 2 sets of the brushes. So I need some water, which I don't have it. So I'm gonna clean it with the blue scrub. That's it. I'm getting nice and soft. Let's train my brush to the new product. So training the brush to the new product is really like crucial. I kind of like to do it number 8s and get my brush to exercise a little bit like in a gym. Perfect. And we are starting with the blue. So I want the darkest blue like first going on in here. And what we're doing is we are just painting a corner of the nail. From one corner to another corner. Color that in. Since I've got blue on my brush, I do exactly the same on the other hand.
It matched with my jumper.
It's match, yes, absolutely match your jumper. So nice and smooth. Okay, then clean my brush and we are gonna move into another color. So that's the purple one. That's purple as wow. And guys, this just proves you as well, like, I mean, if you don't have a French gel, you have to have it. Just grab it from our website. I give you the link in the description of this video. Because look how many amazing colors you can create. Like, I mean, it's unbelievable. And then you could also mix them together to create even brand new color. And lots of my clients actually like those delicate designs, like when we don't paint the entire nail with the gel polish, but we're doing the nail art. Now I'm gonna cook this hand, so cook it in, just to freeze it a little bit. My migraine hitting in again. Oh, it's terrible this year. And then touch it up. That's the lighter one ready. Actually, why I'm so fussy, we are gonna put another color. Change, speed up. I don't need to be this fussy, I can just slap it on. Okay, pink one. Yeah, I was too concentrated to paint neat where I don't have to. So I only want neat in the corner here. And I'm not bothered about this line in the middle because we will paint another color. Change. And it's a D-liner brush I'm using. Another tip, guys, for you, painting with a thinner consistency gel, make it much smoother change than if you would do it with like a really thick consistency. And I remove the excess of the product first. Change. Change. I can't believe like how beautifully this yellow is turning. Like what a shade. I had top like this when I was a teen. And you know, then those black, I'm not sure if you have them in Scotland here, but in Poland we used to have like a very small, they weren't a fly, they was more of a bags, like very tiny black bags. A bag, like a black bag, and when they see this kind of neon color, it was covered in them. It was crazy. They were so tiny, like I actually need to search the English name for it. Change. Shake my head so it behaves. Make sure there is no air bubbles, so I'm just kind of smoothing the things out. Perfect, change. Okay, since I've got the yellow one, I'm gonna work with the yellow one, so I did introduce even more white. And I'm painting thin line, and now I'm fussy. Look what my client did. She did relax her thumb and allowed me to do the work with her fingers, so my hand is steady and I'm twisting her thumb. I quite often use that for a French manicure as well. Change. Ah. I don't like this one.
Sure.
No, I don't like this way I did this nail. Okay, I have touched it up with the other color to smooth out. Change, better. Didn't paint nice line. Okay, blue one. Again, I'm bringing in those white color because I wanted it to stand out more.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye. And I am in very uncomfy position as well, so sorry. There we are. Change. Look what I'm doing with my client's fingers. Now, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be in the camera. I am actually. But yeah, recording, change. Recording is always so difficult because normally I'm like slap, 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 that's it done. For a camera, I have to watch if I'm still in the camera or I'm putting myself in quite weird positions. So excuse guys if I do went into the silence because I'll hold like escalating the air, or I do get out of the camera for a second. We are doing holiday nails, you know? Change. So they are really important ones. I mean, everyone's are important. Change. 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 More white into my orange. Now I have mixed quite a lot of colors and I've got quite a lot of clients today to do change. What I'm gonna do it is I will probably don't bin this paper. I will just store it in a drawer and use it for later. And again, guys, if I want, I can twist my client hand this way and I can paint that way as well. So the client hand can go 360 degrees, exactly the same like I do it on the tips as well. Whatever I need, I can twist them. And like I twist finger and also I twist nail as well. Cool, change. Okay, very simple flowers, like as I say on the beginning of this video, Alison is very minimalistic nail art, and we are gonna just paint some flowers here. So only on 2 nails. Change. 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 Can I do them random on every nail, or you want them the same? Maybe the same. You usually have the same.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Change. Then we go pink. And here we will go blue. No, purple. Okay, can I see the other hand? Because now I will definitely get confused. So purple here and pink there. And then we can do pink flower here. Very pretty, isn't it? And so delicate, absolutely. So change, yeah. Sorry, making you confused. I'm confused myself now. I need to check if we're still recording. Yes, we do. Because sometimes I'm scared of the memory in a phone. Change. And then here, blue is screaming to me. And it was a winner! Yes. And then we can do blue in here. Perfect, change. So blue in the middle. Guys, they are really like simple designs, I would say, but they look so effective for summer, for holiday, just for every day. Very easy. Change. And Alison has pretty short to medium nails, I would say, and you can see it, guys. You can create any sort of nail art, even on the shorter nails. Now orange goes with purple, and orange is close to this nail, so the orange needs to come up in here.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye. Change. So orange goes to orange, and it goes with purple, like an Little Mermaid. And the other color we could do in there, oh my goodness, the other color we could do in there is purple. Purple, of course, purple. Purple, purple, purple. Change. Small touch up in there. No, that's the lighter one. And then I can start coating them. So because she's going on holiday, I am using a Block the UV top coat. So this one prevents the yellowing. It has like a blocker, so it's called Block the UV. Cap the free edge. Change. Do it the same in here. Like, make sure there is no dust particles. I am always checking how the light is reflecting on the top coat. Change. And I do put a decent amount of the top coat on the nails, so quite often I would do one nail and then cook it. Change. They're really cute.
Lovely.
Problem is I do a lot of cleaning, so I end up cutting my nails super short for that. But as they start to grow again, if you're putting pressure on it, it'll just lift the nail.
Change. Nice and close. And you can see it's also nicely smooth out the gaps, like the amount of the top coat I'm putting is decent enough to smooth out the jumps because we have been working with the dotting tool. We kind of bring a bit of bulk of the product which can look a bit raised. So I like to put a little bit more top coat. And the fiber gel, the one in a bottle, is a soak-off gel, like so it does soak off, and my clients do not wear the gloves. You don't.
I do.
You do? Oh, okay, Alison does. Okay, 90% of my clients doesn't. So I'm always like making sure I do put a really decent amount of the top coat. Change. Again, check if I've still got memory in my phone. Yeah, we are still there. So thank you so much, guys, for those of you who have watched us the entire time. It was actually a full set. We did it. Change without of cuts. Only the stops, like for a clients popping in for a sunbeds or a phone calls, which is pretty rare because sometimes I do show you maybe just one hand or something. And I hope you have guys really enjoyed it. Clean up this foam so it doesn't look messy. Change. And then the last two nails.
Just give it a touch.
Okay, perfect. I make sure they are all nicely cooked and then show you the final results. Okay, so the right hand is ready. Again, we have to do the final checks. So what I would do is I would just grab the file and I like to make sure like I don't have ugly painting at the free edge. I really don't like when the painting is like almost visible at this part. I don't want the painted part in there. I like it when it's not painted. And I always give it like a nice scratch to it. Clean my client hand. Actually, this is quite important, probably what I'm showing you as well. When you're taking the pictures of the nails, do not flood the cuticles with the cuticle oil. The one I'm using is called Sweet for a Change. I have been using the Psycho one. I think it's really nice smell for me. Like I love it so much because it's coconuts. And this one is sweet.
Nice, yeah.
It is really nice. Which one is your favorite one, Olivia? I prefer the blue one as well, like for its smells, but I like the pink for its looks, you know? So,
Sweet almond and peach.
sweet.
Raspberry and melon.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's those pretty simple holiday nails. We have done it with the fiber gel for Alice, and the other hand is ready as well. And you can see the difference, like finished look compared to the unfinished look. So it does make a difference. Like on the farm, I can see it. I need to touch it up here in the corner as well. So I would always take a file, and I would like, you know, make sure like the things are nice and neat before I let the clients go home. But anyway, guys, I hope you have really enjoyed this full tutorial today. Yay! I'm sending you huge glittery hugs and see you in the next one. Bye!